a drag race.
Nemechek to the outside, Biffle on the inside. Joe Nemechek wins at Kansas.
Sterner came home third.
Nigel Mansell, the man who hates hotels.
You like those New Balances, Benny? That those you got there?
Yeah.
Those are. I'm gonna get me some new running shoes.
There's a guy down in Charlotte that sells shoes. I mean, he's where all the foot doctors send people to get buy shoes. Whatever the sign says, don't ask for a size, ask to be fitted.
Right.
He only sells New Balance.
See, that's all I've ever run in was New Balances. That's the only thing I can run in that my legs don't hurt, my knees don't hurt.
He used to be a runner too. That's one thing.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna start training in January. I'm gonna run a marathon next year.
Are you?
Yeah, that's been my dream for.
A marathon, huh?
Yep.
That's 26.5 miles.
That's right. The most I've run is about 8 ever. So I'm gonna.
Lynn.
I want to do that.
Lynn's going crazy.
I want to run the marathon at Disney next year. I wanted something that was.
That's about like somebody jumping out of an airplane. It does.
Well, I know. That's. I'm gonna do it. I firmly believe. Okay. Here we go, guys.
Incidentally, out there in that harbor, among all those hundreds of boats, there is a little minnow-sized boat I observed yesterday called the Merrill Streak.
It is still Berger and Prost, and I wouldn't be surprised if Merrill Streak was here today. The number of stars and familiar personalities, not only from American sports, but of European sports and of European television and films, are very well represented.
I would be stunned if she was. She happened to have been my guest at the Indianapolis 500 last year. My impression afterwards was she would never go to another race no matter what. Maybe not even Monaco.
Sam, you name dropper.
Oh, by the way, Jeff Dodge's family, big race fans. When his mother was in labor and his dad was with her, they were watching an IMSA race, trying to decide what to name the baby. His dad said, whoever wins this race, we're going to name our son after him. Turned out it was Jeff Brabham who won the race, and thus we have Jeff Dodge. Yes, and I'm just glad that it wasn't Janet Guthrie or Lynn St. James.
And he does spell it the same way as Jeff Brabham, Jeoff.
Now, Benny, you know that it is a well-known fact that in the garage area, most of the Winston Cup drivers are quite suspicious.
It's going to be coming from Montreal. You'll see that race at midnight. And that should be a very nice race.
Now, just not to confuse the viewers here, I get always confused about this. When we talk about Midnight Monday, we really mean midnight, in my view, we mean Midnight Sunday.
Correct.
Which actually is
Eastern Standard
the very
Time.
first moments of Monday morning it'll be on. So wait up late Sunday night, don't wait up late Monday night.
Let's go down to John Visigliano's got an update on the Tyrrell that went out on the first lap.
David, is that why you always have trouble at Le Mans? You can't figure out what night midnight's at? Come on, buddy.
Correct.
Lyndon Amick, you were kind of in the middle of all this. Who were you racing with at that time?
Well, B.A. Wilson.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at you, B.A., and I'm not saying your name right, but where were you in the pack at that time?
Hey, what do you think? Jim Cindric, the master of fuel economy.
2 years after his Jack's father had died, there were a lot of Formula One drivers that were taking a ski trip in Sestriere, and Jack and his sister came up with her mother, and we spent a lot of time when he was a child at the ski resort. And one of the things they had a racetrack where you could drive a car onto this snow and ice, and he wasn't big enough to touch the pedals, so he was sitting in my lap. He was doing the steering, I was doing the throttle. And after about 2 laps, all he kept telling me was, quicker, press more on the throttle. I should have taken him out and given him a beating right then and there, because this guy has turned into an incredibly good racing driver, and it's amazing. I'm astonished that he's doing as well as he is today.
A.J. Foyt.
Wow, and they're coming up on lap traffic there.
Thanks, Dave. We've got a lot of drivers here that started out the box real quick this year. We'll see if they can keep up that momentum. Tracy, you came out of the box real quick this year. Can you keep up that momentum? Mike, you started off the season real great this year. Can you keep up that momentum?
Quit laughing at me.
You're so pretty, I just might want to kiss you.
It's okay to kiss the bunny. I hear you.
Yeah.
Hang on, I got 3 guys talking to me. Somebody's first? Yeah. Whatever you want to do. Is this better? All right. Yeah. Is this too casual leaning like this with our blazer on, Steve, or would you rather I sit up straight? All right. Okay. Okay.
Hey, John, fasten their jacket.
Jean Alesi, who is continuing to stay up there. Jean Alesi in a Tyrrell.
Alesi is in 7th. Alesi.
It's almost closer to what Alesi drives than it is to Berger.
Well, Vince, for some teams and drivers, today is less about the hunt for the pole position and more about really just getting some more track time, some time out there, some extra practice and data for the team, and that's exactly the case for Newman Haas, Lanigan Racing, and Graham Rahal and Justin Wilson. Really, these two drivers, this is a case of risk versus reward, really. They are just getting out there, getting more time on the track, which is a great thing, but on the other hand, this team has no backup car, so every time they roll out, it is a huge gamble for them. That's just one of the strategies and risks that's going down here in pit road, and as the day continues, there's sure to be more of that. Jack?